Good afternoon, everyone. It is Beth Kozik from Elegant Greetings, and it's Saturday once again, and time for our catalog copycat cards. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that everyone is having a great day so far. It is Super Bowl weekend, so that's very exciting. Can't wait to watch the game tomorrow. We always start out our Saturdays with giving away the project that I created last time. So I did miss last weekend, so I apologize for that. And I had held my mini retreat for our mini catalog, and it was a really fun time. I had a great turnout, and the girls had a great time, and looking forward to the next one. So watch email, and also I will communicate, of course, for my next mini retreat, which will be sometime in May with the release of our new annual catalog. So I'm very excited for that. All right, let's go ahead and give away the card from last time. It's this really cute bird card with the hello. And that was created with the Friendly Hello Celebration Bundle. So this is a product that can be earned with a $100 order. It has the stamp set, which is photopolymer, and then also the entire pack of the 12 by 12 coordinating designer series paper. So it's a really great thing to get with a $100 order, and that's available just through February 28th during our celebration promotion, which we are still featuring a lot of the different projects in there for the rest of this month. So let's go ahead and give away our project. And the way to have an opportunity at getting this project is by either leaving a comment on Facebook or on YouTube for my video. I very much appreciate your thumbs up and your likes. So I hope that you're enjoying these as well. Let's go ahead and give away this project. And our winner this time is Kristen. So Kristen, you won last time. Congratulations. I will put this in the mail to you, and I hope that you enjoy that. All right, so this week we are going to feature, we're back in the Celebration catalog, and I'm going to feature two products that can be earned for free. So the first is this really cool marble paper. It's called Simply Marbelous on page 10, and this can be earned with a $50 order. So let me show you what this looks like. This paper is so pretty. It has all of these marble style colored papers in it. It's a 6x6. I think there's 48 in the package. Let me take a peek here. Yeah, 48 pieces of paper. They're all double-sided, so the opposite side has also kind of a marble pattern, but a little bit more subtle. So there's this beautiful blue color. There is this gray, which is gorgeous. There's a really fun card right here in the catalog made with that, which I absolutely love. And then there is the aqua green, and then purple, and then gold. And also there is this gorgeous red and pink combination. And this was one of the cards that was featured at my retreat last weekend, but that goes along with the suite. I used all the red, but that's what all of the colors look like. So we're going to be featuring that today. And then there is a stamp set here called Awesome Otters, which is adorable. So it looks like this. And it's a red rubber set, so it has 6 in it. And there are 3 of these cute little otter guys and a party hat, and then 2 sentiments. And this can be earned for free with a $50 order. So this is page 11, the Awesome Otters. And the card we're going to make today is this one right here. So it features the otters as well as that gorgeous marble paper. All right. So I'm going to keep my catalog handy here on the side. And of course, we're going to use our otter stamp set. We are going to use a piece of that blue marble paper. And what I did is I cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, because we're going to put that on the top of the card front, and it will cover the entire card front. So we made that exactly the size of the front. And the color cardstock I selected is this balmy blue, which looks really nice with that. But any color could be used, not a problem. So we'll put that off to the side here for a moment. And then the scrap that I used, I'm going to keep that on the side as well, because we're going to need that. And then for the dies that are needed, this is called These are Stitched with Whimsy Dies. They're $29, and these are still available. They were a carryover product. And what these do is these create, they don't do a cut, but they do just an emboss. So it's going to make this really fun stitched impression, and that's going to go all the way around the perimeter of our card. So I'm going to do that in just a second. So those are the Stitch with Whimsy Dies. And then I thought I need a little bit of a set that is going to be kind of nautical. So I'm going to pair up our otters with the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. And I'm going to use this little kind of like this sea fern kind of a looking stamp. So I have that ready. And then the coordinating die is this really fun. So there's all the pieces that go like with the sand dollar and the starfish and all the shells. And then this one, I'm going to just cut with our old olive. I'm just going to make a few cuts with one of these corners so that I get a few of those pieces of those like sea ferns that would be in the ocean. Okay, so I have those ready to go. I have our otter set ready here, so we're going to stamp these two little guys. They're so cute. We're going to do some coloring with our blends. And then our sentiment says, "You are utterly awesome." Isn't that cute? All right, and then I need a few pieces of our basic white, so I'm going to put the two otters on those. And then also I need some of our circular dies. So if we look at the card, it has all these little circle cutouts here. So we're kind of making like a, I don't know, like a little ocean kind of or a lake, I guess, but otters wouldn't be in the ocean. So they would be kind of in a sea environment there. So we'll need a lot of those circles, and those will be cut out right on our designer paper. So those will be laid here, and I'll just kind of randomly put those down like this, and then I'll have to run it through a second time. So I'll cut those out, and then I'll move the dies and make a second run through my cutting machine, so that what we end up with is this. So I made 5 holes in there. Okay, and then next I think I'll go ahead and I'll put on that stitched die over the edges, so we have that pretty design on the border. So I'll bring in my machine here. I have my base, and I have my cutting plate and my shim. So I'm just going to put that right on, and then my other cutting plate goes over that. And then I'm going to run that through my die cutting and embossing machine. Okay, and then there we go. So look how fun this is. It adds just that really fun little bit of stitching around there. So a very nice embellishment. All right, so that's ready to go. And then I think we're ready to do our stamping. And I also had done ahead of time my die cuts. So I just took my old olive piece of cardstock, and again I used that large die from the seaside, and I just kind of used the corners to cut out a few of those so that I'll be able to cut these apart and put those into my scene. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp. Just gonna bring in a scrap paper here. Oh, and we also need a little piece of vellum. So vellum is just a clear or like a frosted kind of a plastic paper, and we're gonna stamp our sentiment on there with our Stays On. So I think I'll do that actually. I'll do that right ahead first, so that that has an opportunity to dry. So Stays On is a permanent ink, so you have to be a little bit cautious with what we do with it. So I'm just going to ink that up here, and then stamp that right in the middle of that vellum. There we go. All right, so put that aside to dry. And then we're going to use our Memento ink to color our otters. And that is also a black ink, and it is specially formulated to be able to use with our alcohol blends markers. and it is formulated so that it won't bleed at all once the alcohol markers are used to color. So I'm going to do this little guy first. And we're going to stamp him right in the middle of this piece. And then I'm going to find my other little otter. Look how cute he is. He's holding a fish laying on his back. So happy. And then we're going to do some coloring on these with our blends. So this one I'm just going to kind of put in the middle here. We don't have to worry too much about his tail because that part isn't going to show at all. All right, and then, so like I mentioned, I had cut down this piece of our designer paper, and what I ended up with was this piece. So I'm going to use these for all the cutout areas where the circles are. I'm just going to use that for a backdrop. So I'm going to need 4 of those, and I'm just going to snip those with my scissors. So there's 1, and then I need a larger one that's going to go behind our big otter. So I'm going to cut that one about that size. And then I need 2 additional ones for the other. So I need 1 smaller. Okay, and then on a couple of these, and I also have extra scraps here too, so we could use this side too, which would be kind of fun, but I think I'll just stick with that. And then I'm going to turn them so they end up being in a different, like it looks like waves kind of behind, underneath there. So, and then a few of these I'm going to stamp. I've got my Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to use the sea fern stamp. And then I'm going to add those onto, let's see, this one's going to go with the big one. This little otter here, he's not going to have a blue behind him because I'm going to color that. So for the smaller, I'm going to need this little guy, this one, and then I think this one. All right, so what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of the sea fern stamp onto there. Okay. So this card has a few extra steps, but it is so worth it. All right, next I think I will do my coloring. So this little otter, we're going to start out with our crumb cake. I'm just going to give some color to him. And the blends are super easy to color with, especially I love using the brush end because it can complete a project, a coloring area super, super quickly. And then I like to use the nub end for the blending. All right, and then I'm going to add a little bit of, what's this color here? This is my soft suede. And then I'm going to use the nub end and just give a little bit of outline kind of around his face, like this. And then his ears, a little bit around his head. So I'm doing that with the darker shade. And then I'm going to go back with my crumb cake and then just give a little bit of a blend. So it takes away the harsh line and it just blends those colors together so nicely. The effect is really fun. And then I'm going to add a little bit more with darker soft suede. I think I'll color his eyes, his nose, and then I'll add just a little bit more highlighting here. And then I'll go back and blend again. So that's the beauty of these alcohol markers. The paper does not shred, and we can go over it and over it and over it because the alcohol dries so quickly. So isn't he cute? And then I'm going to go and add with my Balmy Blue, which is the exact color of our cardstock. So always fun how Stampin' Up! Has our, all of our colors can easily match. The ribbons, embellishments, cardstock, inks, and also our blends are all the exact same color. So when we go to use them together, it's just super easy. There's no concern if anything is going to match or not, because it will. So I colored all the way around, with the lighter Balmy. And by the way, our blends come in a 2-pack, so there's a light and a dark version of almost every color. And then I'll color in these little splashes here with the darker. And then I'll also add just a little bit on like the waves, just to make those darker. Okay, so that's all ready to go. And then we need to color the other otter. So again, I'm going to use my crumb cake and give him some color all around. And then he's going to be hand cut. There is no die for this, but it's very easy to hand cut. It takes about 60 seconds. So I'm just going to go around and add color to him. And again, I'm going to use actually this one, I use the other side. Add a little bit of dimension around his belly, his face, around his ears and head. And coloring with blends is just a pleasure. I'm a colorer, so for me, this is just heaven. Go back with my crumb cake and blend. There. So you can see how all the color just nicely blends right together. And I forgot his belly. All right, and then I'm going to color the fish he's holding and make that in our pale papaya, just to add a little splash of color. All right, so we're done coloring, and then this will need to be hand cut. And I did that ahead of time, so it looks like that. So he's ready to be applied. We're gonna put that one onto, we use our green glue. We're gonna put that right onto that square of the designer paper. Okay, and now we're gonna get into some gluing. So I've got my scrap paper underneath, and I'm just gonna add a little glue to that one. All right, so he's ready. This one is ready. And then for these others, I basically just need to add some of our fern pieces here, our sea ferns. So I'm just going to snip that apart with my scissor. Okay, and then that's going to get glued right over the part I stamped. So kind of like an extra layer of dimension there. And then here's another one here. So that one, I think I'll just kind of add it just like it is. Maybe I'll snip off a little bit. And that one will go with that one. And then I need one more for here. So I will do this piece here. Sorry if I'm off camera. All right, and then I'll trim these edges a little bit to make them not so harsh. Okay, and then that one will go right over that area. All right, so I think we're ready to assemble. Let me put let's get our otters in place first. And then all we have to do for this part is position our otters. So that one's going to go under this area here. And all I have to do is put a little bit of glue around the back side, around the circle. And I'm just going to glue that paper right over it. Little tiny bit of glue. Our green glue is very strong, so we don't need a ton, and we don't want that leaking out all over. And then I'll just lay him right over like that. All right, so there's one, and then this one is going to go here. Look how cute he is. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around that big circle. And then I'll lay this over. That looks good. So yeah, very easy. A few extra steps, like I mentioned, but it is, the effect is, and after the card is so cute. Very sweet. All right, and now this one is going to go here for our fern. So what I need to do with this one is I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and then lay my fern and attach that this way. I'll hold that for just a second to have that dry. And then I will put some glue around the circle. It's always good to do this with a scrap. I should actually have my craft sheet out here. And then this will be laid, let's see how I can do that one. Maybe I'll turn it that way. There we go. So it kind of has the stamp fern in the back, and then also this real fern kind of up front here. That is looking really cute. And then I'll do the same thing with these. So this one will be glued here. And then I'll put some glue around this circle. And then I'll lay. So see how the waves in the background of that paper just really add quite a bit. It looks like the ocean. Okay. And then our last one is in this corner. I guess I'll put that one like that. And then glue around the circle. So nice and easy. It's nice to use those pieces of the extra designer paper that we cut away. And then that one will lay like that. Okay. And now I think we're ready to put all of this together. So I'm going to bring in my card base. And then I will put glue all the way around. I love that little bit of stitching, that die that we did around the perimeter. That also kind of resembles a wave pattern. All right, and then this will be put right onto our card front. And that goes over the entire surface. Look how cute. Love it. And then our last step will be to use our bone folder. Oh, and there is our sentiment. We have to put that on. So for the vellum, we can use just a little tiny drop of glue, or, oh, and this was snipped to make a little bit of a cut, like a shape on the edge here. So I'm just cutting in the center, and then I'm going to bring my scissor to meet that, so it kind of makes a notch. And then that goes in. So it makes a little notch. And I'll do that on each end. Just snipping in like maybe 1/8 of an inch or so. Not very much is needed. Okay, so that's how that looks. You are utterly awesome, which is cute. So that's going to go right here. And I think what I'll use is a glue dot. Actually, 2 glue dots. So these should not show through too much. We have to remember with vellum that it is kind of opaque. So if we were to put a dimensional under there, it would definitely show. So we wouldn't want to do that. So I think I'll just kind of curl up a glue dot into a little ball. I'm just rolling that in my fingers here. And then I'm going to kind of camouflage that underneath the words that are here in the middle. So if it does show through, it will be minimal. There, that looks good. And then that gets placed right onto our card like that. And then the final step is to add these awesome little pebble embellishment shapes, these enamel shapes. And these, look how cute they are. There's 3 different colors. There's a bunch of different shapes. So these get added on kind of like just randomly. I think I'll pick maybe one that goes a little bit more upright for the next one. So it's like pebbles in the ocean. Look how cute that is. So I'll put one there, and then I'll do, how about some brown one? I'll do a brown one down here. They have sticky on them, so they just stick right onto where we place them. So cute. And then I'll do one more set over here. And how about another brown one like that? Look how adorable. Okay, so I think we are finished. That was pretty quick. I didn't think it would, I thought it would take longer actually. So very sweet. And let's bring in our catalog here. So there's our catalog card, and then there's my version. Let me show you some others that are made with that stamp set. So these were some swap cards I received. So there's a birthday, and this was made with the rainbows and sunshine, I think rainbows and I forget the name of it, but it's one of the other celebration products, that really pretty paper. So that's a cute one. Oh, and this one I have to show. Look how fun. So this one has, it's like a circular, I don't know what you call it, like a, I don't even know what it's called, but it's super cute. Look at, we can make all of this turn and rotate. Really cute. That would make a fun project. So maybe we'll do that in the future. That's sweet. And then let's see what else here. Oh, this is a fun one. Look how cute that is. Just with some designer paper, a little bit of bling. Here's another one. Look how sweet that one is. So lots of different ideas of things we can do with this stamp set. And so I hope that you all enjoyed this very much. And because I missed last week, I'm going to give away 2 of these this time. So be sure to leave your comments and thumbs up on Facebook and on YouTube. I really appreciate it. And I guess that's it for today. So have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And I will see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.